Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. First carry now. This is Williams. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got it to Williams. He's got a first down and then some in midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Williams loses the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Here's one of 2 Colquitts punting at our game here. This is Britton who gets the first shot. And look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The fake punt gets them 13 yards. A huge play on special teams. It's a first down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Mike 54. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
They run again on first down. Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We're scoreless after one. Cousins now from the 50. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he's able to find Diggs. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Looking to throw on second down. Cousins. And Diggs has it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Olabisi Johnson there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to John. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught by Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Yellow, yellow. All right, 80. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Mahomes now on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. He'll buy some time right. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This from 44 yards away. Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it's going to be 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Echo. Listen. Check.
Throwing is Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Rush in. Hey, receiver.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They run it again with Cook. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the twist. Watch it. Can't. You got tight.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Exit.
Trying the power game with Ham, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first downs in at their own 31-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first time. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. To try again after the sack. Mahomes, and this is caught by Watkins. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Mahomes now on first down. That one complete to Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 54 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Vikings take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Switch. Hey, Wahoo! Mike spot 4. I'm coming, boys.
Cousins on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Alpha. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Chiefs' 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Cousins. He's going to air one. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 35 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Vikings 21.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Again, it's Williams. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Dancing to his left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Check safety, check safety. Watch switch. Kill. Kill. Check the backer.
Again, it's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. it from deep in their own territory. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Yellow, yellow.
Mahomes to throw. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Alpha. Right there. 40's Mike. Come on, D. Mike 40. Right there.
Now Mahomes. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
That's 48. No. General West. Hey, we're good.
Cousins here to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes this a 9-point game. This will be taken short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Check. I don't need to.
One final try from Mahomes. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.